Pig Advocates League was started in 2016 by 5 women who wanted to advocate for pigs, to educate the public about them, and to do anything we can to help pigs in need. We advocate for all pigs, big and small, from potbellies to farm pigs. We want to help any pig that's in need with funding spay and neuter programs and grants so that every pig can be spayed and neutered, which makes them a better friend. We want to be able to support people who are in situations where they have emergency medical needs for their pigs and they need help to cover that. We want to help pigs that are having behavioral issues with their families that are putting them at risk of being rehomed. We want to educate the public on the truth about pigs, the misconceptions and myths about pigs, and even the good parts about pigs, and to teach them everything we can and give them a much better future than they have right now. Well, I'd say the number one thing that anyone who loves pigs has to constantly fight is the misconception that there is any such thing as a teacup pig or a micro pig or a 30-pound pig or 40-pound pig. There's just no such thing as that. And it seems to be a constant uphill battle to educate people that just don't know any better, and they see really, really cute videos online, and they are enamored with this teeny tiny little piglet, and they want one, and they get one on a whim, and then they suddenly realize they have no idea what they're doing, and they get into a situation where they can't keep the animal, and then that's where the sanctuaries and rescues have to come in. So education is a very critical part of helping pigs. The Pig Advocates League is fairly new, but almost immediately after we were founded, we partnered with the Polk County, Florida Sheriff's Department and PETA on a massive hoarding case with over 200 animals, 135 or so, which were pigs. And the suffering that these pigs had endured was horrible. Some of them had not been fed for days at a time. And the weaker pigs, when there was feeding, they couldn't make their way over to get food. So they were essentially starving, just wasting away. There were several pigs with cancer. There was one pig that was so hungry, she continued to eat sand until her stomach burst. Many of them had to be vetted and having intensive medicines and things like that to help them. Unfortunately, some of them had to go over the Rainbow Bridge, and it was heartbreaking to make that decision. But it was the best thing that could be done for them at that point. A lot of the Polk pigs, happily, after being vetted and after having time to recover at Greerville and being fed properly and dewormed, have gotten their forever homes. And they finally get to have the lives that they deserve. What I would say to a breeder that is perpetuating these lies, that pigs are going to stay small and that they make great apartment pets, or that they get along great with children, or they get along great with dogs, or any number of the lies and the myths that they tell people about pigs, is you are sending these pigs to a horrible fate. You're showing how little you care about them and how much you care about money. If you really, really cared about pigs, you would stop breeding them. Stop breeding them and help the sanctuaries and the rescues. They're bursting at the seams. And until they are empty, until things are under control, no one needs to breed a pig. Not a backyard breeder, not a fancy breeder, not an expensive breeder, not a breeder who has quote-unquote registered pigs. No one needs to breed pigs until this is under control. And thousands of pigs are not dying every year, being sold at livestock auctions, being set loose in the woods, being sold on Craigslist, being used as bait animals, all kinds of horrible things. We have to get this under control. And the only way that a breeder can redeem themselves is to stop breeding and to help solve the problem.